everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody's been having a wonderful weekend. So, we're going to kind of mess around for the next 5 or so minutes, waiting on people to come on in. I have Chaunda with me here today. Yay! I'm not sure where Jess is exactly. She might be running a little late, so she'll be here when she gets here. So, anyhow, I'm going to move over to the chat first. Robin was in the channel first. Hello, Robin. And then we have, where'd you go? We got Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Rita. I love the way you talked about your computer taking over everything. Oh, you're too funny. And we have Chaunda here, and she'll be doing the usual spill here soon. And hello, Sylvia. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see everyone. So, how's your week been, Chaunda?
It's been fine. Nothing exciting ever happens, so nothing really going on with me.
Oh, okay. Chaunda, she said she was going to email you. Your email address disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robin.
Okay. Let me see. Hello, Felicia. Welcome, welcome. So I put a poll up, and if you have been paying attention for the last 2 years now, Chaunda, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been giving y'all Greenlandic words on and off over the last 2 years, and the question is, let's see who's been paying attention. What is the English version of the Greenlandic word Quayanok? And so far, there's been 3 votes. So when we're about halfway through the live, we'll discuss that. I'm gonna start giving y'all new words because I finally found one of my other books. I don't know how I misplaced it, but I did. So I'll start giving y'all words over the next year. So see how many of you can remember the Greenlandic or the English version of the Greenlandic word. But I'm gonna keep it simple. It's not gonna be hard. Hello, Lee. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Denise. It's good to see you. Now some of y'all might try to go use Google Translate to translate words. Now it will translate simple words, but when I start getting into longer words, you can forget it. The translation process they're working on it, and it's going to take time. It's just like any other foreign language that's not used a lot, or it's because of the native language being different or hard to decipher or hard to take from the native language to English. That's the thing. Sylvia says listening but remembering is another matter. Aw, hi Sandy. Hi Jaja. Welcome, welcome. All right. So what I'm going to do is talk about what we're going to do or what I'm going to do today, and then Shauna's going to tell you what she's going to work on. So today is Tula Day again. So we are going to continue on with dragon fruit, and I'll show you where I wanted to re-show you what the first 2 segments look like. So this is the first segment, and I had to make 4 of these. And then the second segment is looking like this, and I have to make 4. So I've only got 1 made so far. So what I need to do is finish making the other 3 of this one, and then I can sew all of this together, because I've already done the portions of this off camera. So it's just I want to do this one, then we'll sew this together, and we'll see how long it takes, and who knows, maybe I'll get it done before the live is part of the way through, and we can start the next set, or I won't have gotten it done. So anyway, I think this is going to look great, and I like my idea of switching this to the center instead of having this on the outside. It looks good like that. Okay. All right, Chaunda, it's your turn.
Okay, well today, I'm Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts, And today I'm not going to be sewing, at least not initially. I will be working on this crochet Christmas bag. That
Oh,
is what
that's
I'll be doing.
cute. Wow.
Yeah. I forgot that I'm supposed to be making this. It's going to be a Christmas gift for someone. So I
That's
figured I better
quite
get
big, huh?
cracking. Yeah, it's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it says it in the dimensions, but it just still didn't, it's still working up bigger than what I thought.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice size little gift. That's really
Hmm.
cool. Okay, let me see here. Any more dropped in? Sandy, hello. Uh, okay, so that's what Sean is working on, and then you know what I'm working on. Um, also, while we're waiting on people to drift in, there's a couple things we can talk about, and I'll remind everybody again at the end of the live. Um, Tomorrow is our um, I re I re I postponed our peace of mind mending pieces live that we do once a month, and we moved it from the 16th to the 23rd, and I definitely will be this one. And we're going to talk about a couple of subjects. I think it's great. Um, those of you who's been attending the peace of mind mending pieces, I have a task for you. Um, we really haven't asked you guys what you do in a time of a crisis or in a time of need, or when you get into what I call a funk, or you lose your sewjo and you haven't come and asked someone else for help and you figured it out on your own. Um, we want to hear from you on that while we're discussing some new topics. We're going to talk about we're approaching all these holidays. The holidays are the inertia of all of it is just, I'm sure a lot of people feel it. Some people go through it like it's no big deal, while others of us struggle with all the pressures of Thanksgiving and then what goes between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. Then we have the shortening of days where we have more darkness than we do daylight. That affects the mental health of our mind. And winter comes, you got all these things playing into all of this. So we're going to discuss that. And we're also going to, because Myra just lost her mom
Oh
almost
no.
2 weeks ago. That's why she hasn't been around. She's been dealing with that. Um, and I know there's been a few people in our channel, I think at least two, maybe three, that come in here from time to time that's lost their moms this year. So we're going to talk about losing a loved one and how we handle it, especially because we're crafters and sewers. And sometimes these kind of traumatic situations might cause a shutdown, or you just stop sewing. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow too. So keep those subjects in mind, and also think about what you've done to pick yourself up by your bootstraps when you didn't have no one to help you. So we're going to talk about all that. So there's that. And then because I canceled Friday's live, I tell you what, I could not see out of my eyeballs Friday. I was so tired when I got up, and I could my eyes would give me trouble. And it seems like does this like once a year. I have trouble with my eyes. And so I'm still having issues, but not like I was Friday. So I have moved that to the 24th, which means I'll have a live Sunday, Monday, a pre-record on Wednesday. Then we got lives for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday again. So don't forget, we're doing that 5,000 giveaway. Also, y'all need to be sharing pictures. So either you email me with your pictures so that I can put them for y'all's trunk show, because it's going to be y'all's trunk show while I'm doing that giveaway. So remember, I need you to get those pictures sent to me, or go over on my Greenland Quilter Facebook group and post your pictures there. And make sure you put in the top of your comment section when you're commenting on your picture, GQ Sew and Tell. That way it'll make it easier. Or there is actually a post where I was talking about it, and you can post all your pictures up underneath that if you want to. But the more pictures, or the more of your projects you share with me, the more we can string this out over that live. That means you can share something too, Chaunda. Okay. Let me see here. Denise said, someone asked me a question. She says, don't forget to stand up to keep your back. I won't. I'll be up and down. Okay. So let's get started here. So Rita, are you still there, sweetie? I've got something to show you. Let's see here. Chaunda says, what day is the show and tell? Sorry, she missed it. It is on the 29th of this month. It's the last Saturday of this month because I'll be doing, we were supposed to have done a 5,000K giveaway in October, and then I got hit by all that pain and it took me out. And I pretty much didn't get to do much of anything that month. Yep. Yes, I got them, Robin, and they'll be added to all your others to put on Facebook and on the community tab. So that is the 29th, and it's my usual Saturday. So that's when we're going to do it. Okay. So make sure either email me pictures and make sure you tell me about the pictures so that when I show and tell it, people will know about it. And it can be your quilting projects, it can be crocheting, it can be crafting, any of that kind of thing. You're welcome to share it. I'm not stipulating it has to be exclusively sewing. If you're not a crafter, I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. So anyway, yeah. All right. So I'm going to get to sewing here, and I have to change. Rita still didn't answer me. Rita, where are you? I wanted to show her something. She's going to be shocked because I took her up on her suggestion. Do you see all the holes in the paper?
Oh.
My sewing machine is like, okay, then I had to take the bobbin out so it wouldn't act like it was being something. Look, Rita. I actually took you up on your suggestion, and you're right, it works. It's just I have to remember to do it before the live instead of during the live. She says, sorry, had to check on a door. It started pouring rain. Still raining? Goodness gracious. Yeah, it did. I could see them. I was concerned I wouldn't be able to see them. That was the problem.
Oh.
I'll be interested to see if the paper will tear easier too, because I've done that. What were you gonna say, Chaunda?
No, I was just moaning because this is such a terrible position to crochet in. I have no you know, support.
You're probably like me, used to sitting in a regular chair, like in front of a television, doing it.
I'm one of those people. I don't sit back in chairs. So
Oh, really?
I sit
Oh,
straight up for some reason. I don't know why, but like right now, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see my chair. Let's see.
oh,
This is how I
gotcha.
sit.
Yeah. So you're
And
sitting
so
forward.
yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because I'm short. And so in order for my feet to touch the ground, like to be able to lay flat on the ground, I have to
Mhm.
like I have to sit. I don't know, but I just never sit back in a chair.
Oh, but could it be also training from your? I don't know if your mom did, but as an asthmatic, one of the ways that we we adjust our body to help breathe better, but by stretching our lungs, which means you're hunched over to stretch your lungs. And so my mom was always yapping at me about posture and how I sit in a chair. Sit up straight. you know, and if you look through the history, when little girls were taught to sit up straight and not lean back in their chair. Maybe your mom taught you that.
No, definitely didn't. It's definitely not an etiquette thing. Um, I don't know.
What it was called, etiquette.
Well, that's what I call it, manners and etiquette, like what fork to use
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I really don't know all the way. I know what the smaller fork does, what the bigger fork does, but if you added more forks, I would have no clue.
I believe you just go you well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard you just go from the outside to the inside.
Why you need that much silverware to eat beyond me?
But I don't think I've ever been anywhere that had more than two.
Me
two.
neither. It's usually the most I've seen is maybe what if you're gonna have soup, they might be 2 spoons, but and the spoons were like up above the plate, in between the plate and the bowl.
hmm
Well, I guess it depends on what setting is there. They actually taught that in home ec. So it would be 2 spoons above the plate with the soup bowl above that, and then it would be, and I think if I remember right, the knives and the forks was on the left back then, and you had something else on the right, but I don't know what it was. But now I think they've changed it again. Rita says there is no chair that is made that allows me to sit in it and my feet touch the floor. That's interesting. Not even an office chair that you can let all the way down. Time to get the trusty glue stick out. Okay, so I don't know if Laura, what are you doing? Okay, so let's put this block together. I have to make 3 more, so I'm gonna take this square, get my trusty little glue stick out right here. This glue smells weird. It's the glue I'm using is 505 temporary adhesive glue stick. And so you just put a little dab in there, and then you just line this up so it looks even all the way around. And you put it on there, and I'm gonna turn it upside down so I can smooth it out on the back side. Now you have this all lined up. Now what we're gonna do is I need 4 of these, this color. This color's nice. And it really goes well with this pink. And then we're going to just start sewing these on here. Oh, but before I start sewing them though, I'm going to trim this block down, or this square down. Tell you what, Chaunda, I'm really enjoying this doing this dragon fruit pattern, because the first couple months I kept making mistakes left and right with that 4-inch paper. And it's just because, you know me, leave it up to me to put something in the wrong spot. You know what I mean?
I get that.
But now I'm getting better at it, and I'm getting more comfortable with it. And I actually think I'm liking it.
That's good.
I definitely think that I would like to pursue some more paper piecing, that's for sure. And last night when I couldn't sleep, I was watching other people's lives until I ran out of lives to watch. So I started watching replays last night. Yep. So if you find a message on your YouTube channel that says I'm on the replay train, that's because I've been watching and sewing.
I'm gonna go get a pillow, Katie. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Pillow in my back.
Rita says pre-drilled holes in paper make it so much easier. Yeah, I've discovered that. Let me see if we got anybody else in it. Hey, Lainey, it's good to see you. Katie, do you have to be present Friday? You mean Saturday for the giveaway? It would be nice if you showed up and said hi. If you were one of those that filled out the giveaway form for October. Katie, look up Sugary Doo. Okay. Oh, does she got a new project to do, Sylvia? Is I know I got an email from her the other day. I just hadn't had a chance to read it. I love Irina. She's so talented. I know they're doing a one of the things I read was she was doing a collaboration with some other people for a Christmas paper piece and pattern or sew along. But I didn't know if we could get I have a feeling we would have to buy the patterns. But the patterns are super cute. Makes me want to make them. Yeah, she has lots of them. I bought some of her stuff. In fact, I bought the robot ones, and I need to get. Oh, I need to put that on my 2026 to-do list. Let's make some robots because I bought the patterns, and I'm pretty sure I have enough scrap fabric around here to make all of them. That's actually a good idea, and I can make a mini wall hanging quilt with them because I think they're so cute. All right, let's get sewing these. I bought her book and she signed it. I think it's her first book. I wonder if she's going to do a new book this coming year. The book is called Happy Notes. All right, let me check the seam allowance again. That looks okay. Maybe not. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my little seam roller here. So I want to ask how many, can you tell how many people are in here right now, Chaunda? Because I want to ask a very odd question.
I can't tell.
Let me see if I can see it on my browser. The reason because I'm going to ask them a question that has to do with super chats and stuff. I think I have an idea that maybe they'll like better. Maybe I don't know.
27.
Well, that's enough to ask the question then. Good. Okay, I have a question for y'all. I know that it's because I live where I live, and people have mentioned they wish they could send me stuff, but shipping is expensive, or they want to, but they'd rather me get, or they don't do super chats because sometimes because YouTube takes part of it. I had an idea. If anyone wants to, and I'm not asking you to, but if you decide you want to do something for the channel, you can always just buy gift cards for Fat Quarter Shop or Missouri Star or Cotton Cuts or Shabby Fabrics. You can do that. And then I'll save them up and use them for buying fabric. I think that, I'm reluctant to bring it up because I don't want to seem like I'm begging. I'm not. But that's another way you can contribute to the channel if you want to. If you want to. This is not twisting your arm. Robin says 26. What is 26? You have, yes, I have a
the
book.
number of people.
Oh, whack. Oh, 26 people. Okay, gotcha. Sylvia says, yes, I have a book and the wacky alphabet. I haven't bought the wacky alphabet. I'll have to get that one. Okay, now we got these two on, and what I'm going to do is take it over the iron real quick and let's get a quick press. And that gets me standing up. You can make a PayPal. Yeah, I also have a PayPal account, and it's in my description box where you can, yeah, it's also in all of my video description boxes, but maybe I need to put it where you can see it better, because there is that too, because I definitely, yeah. Maybe I could put the PayPal thing in my bot. What do you think about that, Chaunda? Do you think that's not
What?
very kosher to stick it in the bot?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I've been on 2 or 3 channels where I see people outright asking for money, and I'm like, my goodness, you guys are brave. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't, I'm not made like that.
I mean,
I can't do that.
it's hard for me to even bring this subject up, you know. But some people do. Like I have paid membership, and we're up to 18 paid members right now, which makes me really happy. And I think I figured out how to promote that for them. Yes, put the PayPal in your bot, says Jaja. Okay, I'll do that.
I don't even know how to use the bots.
You want me to teach you how to do it when you have free time where we can sit and do it through Zoom? I can walk you through it.
Yeah, I think because you and I had talked about you showing me some of the other
Yeah.
stuff as
I
well. So I can just add that to the list.
Yeah, we could do that. I can make a private live, and because you're going to need to be able to see the bot in the live, and I'll show you how to do it, because it's once you figure it out, it's like, wow, why did I take so long to learn how to do this? But Sean got me started with it, and when I get stuck on something, I ask him about it. And then I noticed that Danny was always posting links and stuff using hers, and I asked her how she did it, and she sent me the code or the way she set it up. She was doing time. If you notice in the chat, you'll see the Nightbot's posting something about Danny's channel every so often, or like Jaja's channel. Like right now, it's showing both Danny's channel and Zaza's currently. And I got it set depending on which channel it is, like every 30 minutes or every 45 minutes, you know. And she showed me how to do that because her bot was doing that. I'm like, how do you make that do that? She said, you go over to where it says timer and you just use the command you use to share the channel, and voila. I'm like, that's it. And then you just tell it how often you want it or how far apart you want the advertising of someone's channel to be. Or when it also shares my Facebook group address, and I think I have that set to like 45 minutes apart or something like that. I'll get that PayPal added to it, Jaja. I figured, yeah, that would work. Gift cards would work because I'd still be paying the shipping and not you. And since that Quarter Shop and Missouri Star and Cotton Cuts has decent shipping for me, I don't mind doing that. You know what I mean? And there's something. Oh, let me ask you guys another question. If I made some little mini quilts to do as giveaways, what would you think about that? Do y'all like that idea of get they would be small things. I'll show you about the size I'm talking about. They would be about this size to do for giveaways. And it probably will be this pattern because I think they're so cute. And I could do them in both batiks and regular cotton. But I think
That's
that I
cute.
thought over this next year I would just make a few of them, and maybe about 6 months in do a giveaway and give some away, and then do another 6 months and give them away on New Year's Eve. What do y'all think about that? But they would be this style because this doesn't take me very long to do. Or I can do a bunch of love blocks and put half square triangles around them. Just something, because I have plenty of scraps to do it from. Just to give back to you guys. Hey, Chaunda, I might get to come to the States.
Oh, you think so?
Not for QuiltCon, though. It'll be after the fact. It'll be in March. And I need to talk to Sherry because I should have Abby's quilt top ready for her to quilt. So I was thinking, since you and her and Jess all live in this almost in the same vicinity, maybe because I'll just take her the quilts because she's gonna do two different quilt tops for me. One
Okay.
for Abby, and then the other one is the modern, the one I did the pattern testing for Andrea with the batiks and the three, they look like three-dimensional blocks. Modern something blocks, I think is what it was called. Can't remember the name of it now. Thought I'd take both of them up there for quilting. And then she would have them. And I wouldn't have to worry about mailing them because maybe she would have enough time. Maybe, I don't know. At least I hope so. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have cut that short. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie says, hi, Katie and Shauna and everyone in the chat. I've heard PayPal does charge a fee. It's so tiny of one. It might be $1. It's not as bad as YouTube that takes 30% of it.
Cash App doesn't charge fees.
Yeah, I think it only charges fees when you're selling something.
Cash App only charges fees when if you want it in your bank account instantly.
Yeah,
I've never been charged a fee otherwise.
yeah, me neither, because I don't use the fast track one. I just let it take its time getting there. This is the second time I've chopped something off.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Jaja. Hi, Carissa.
Hi, Carissa. It's good to see you. Uh-oh.
So
I think
where are you at in your project, Katie? Like, are you like how long do you think you'll take to finish it?
this one with, you mean the one with Abby?
The
Uh,
one you're
this
the Tula
dragon
one you're
fruit?
working on.
Yeah, this one. Well,
Yeah.
at the speed I'm doing it right now, I think I could have it ready before I went to the United States in March.
Okay. Okay.
The other one's already done. I think I need to put a binding or not binding, a small border around it to lock down all those the outer perimeter stitches because there's a bunch of seams all coming out all the way around it. And I haven't figured out what color to use that doesn't bleed into everything. I don't know. Yeah, Robin says it costs $1.99 to put $500 on a Cash App. What Cash App are you talking about?
Are you talking about loading a card? Because like you send people money for free.
Yeah, because with PayPal you can send it for free, unless you're not a PayPal user.
Now, if you're talking about the card, I've never used the card.
Me neither. Carissa says, saw you were on, Katie. I'm sewing 2-inch blocks, so popped in for some background noise. Welcome, welcome. Good to see
2 inch
you.
blocks.
And then Bonnie said, okay. Yeah, she was talking about PayPal. I think I got everybody caught up. Yep, yep. So what is everybody working on this weekend? Are you sewing a lot? Tell us what if you're working on a project like what Carissa just mentioned. What are y'all working on? Let us know. Okay, so now I've got this on. Now we're going to go back to the same color as what the center of this is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because in the book, here, let me show you, Chaunda. These blocks are going to progressively get bigger. So right now I'm working on month 3. Month 4 is more of the 6 inches where it's similar. In fact, it's the same setup, just different colors than what I'm using on this other set. And then month 5, these are also 6-inch foundation. So yeah, and these seem to be going to. I feel like these are going together faster than the smaller ones was.
Okay.
And so there's lots of these 6-inch in play here, all the way up to month 7, and then those go to 12-inch paper. And then let me see how many sets of blocks are it with a 12-inch one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, 3. And these are back to 6-inch ones. It looks, yeah. So I think that if I keep on, because I've been progressive, I've been even working off camera on them. So I think I can get it done as long as I don't have another episode of,
Maybe you don't
pain.
feel well.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best to stay on track. Nikolai comes home. He should be home on December the 1st if the weather doesn't become a pain in the butt.
And then will that be it for him till after Christmas, or does he go back?
He won't go back until the mid-January. So we'll be celebrating Christmas and our 15th wedding anniversary together.
Okay, well that's good. So he'll be home for that.
So I'm curious, they're talking about cash apps. So what cash apps do you guys use?
It's actually called Cash App.
Oh, it's called that.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Oh, because if it's something that's going to go straight to my bank account, I could just use what's part of my bank, which is called. Let's see, what's that one called? And all you got to do is have my email address, I think.
That's how Zelle works. Cash App
That's
doesn't
it.
work
That's
that
who I
way.
use.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Zelle.
I have my bank account in the United States is through the Florida Credit Union, which used to be the Navy Credit Union. And I've had that account since 2005, I think.
Yeah, my bank has Zelle also.
Yeah, so if someone wants to straight out send money that way, they're welcome to do. Uh-oh. I forgot to do something, but that's okay. And I did not need this. It's weird. Your muscle memory kicks in, and you want to stick a leader in here, and we're paper piecing, and I don't need a leader. Jaja says she's attempting FPP right now, cutting the paper up I bought off from what? Yeah, which pattern are you doing? Carissa, it's a man and lady dancing. I think I'm a bit off too much. I'm only ever done economy block FPP. And Robin says the money goes to Cash App. Carissa says, oh yeah, that might be a lot, but doable. And then Robin says, always lock your Cash App. And yeah, I don't even have Cash App on my phone. Jaja says, if I can figure it out, I will post a picture on Facebook. If you can't, here, let me post my email again, Jaja, and you can just email it to me. And I'll put it on the Facebook group if you have trouble. Oh, speaking of Facebook, listen, when you post pictures in there and you think it didn't go through because you can't see it, the bot will hold it until I go over and approve it. So don't delete it, leave it alone. And every day after a live or sometime during the late evening, I go in and approve pictures. So please don't delete them. It's because I had to put a security feature on the. It's silly, really. There's rules that says we do not sell please do not post pictures that are selling items with a link because we don't know if those links are safe. And I try to keep the group safe. So that's not allowed. And they go and share t-shirt links selling t-shirts after the rules say you're not supposed to do that. So I had to put a restriction with the bot. So every time someone posts pictures now, I have to approve it myself. But I figured out a way around that a little bit for those who post regularly that they built up a trust. I set them to just be able to do it without me having to deal with the bot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because they don't post anything they're not supposed to. Let me see. Oh, email. I'm getting sidetracked. There's the email for you, Jaja. Hey, Linda. It's good to see you. I do it because I want to keep. A lot of people talk about how they don't feel safe on Facebook, but this group is set to private, and there are certain things I'm not going to allow in the group because I want everybody to be comfortable. And I feel like if you post a link that I know absolutely zero about, how do I know that that's a legit link, right, Chaunda? Could be a troller posting a link to do whatever.
Yep, and scams are definitely on the rise.
Yep.
A lot of scams, a lot of AI.
Mm-hmm. I'm just not going to have my friends, all y'all, be abused by some one person. You know what I mean? These blocks are so. This economy paper piecing is so cool. I mean, you could do this by hand, of course, you could piece it, but doing it on paper is fun.
Did the kit come with the papers?
Yeah. The kit came with everything that you needed for this sewalong. So here's the thing. I realized after the fact that the only way to do this pattern is to buy paper piecing or the foundation paper for it. If you want to redo this or do another one, but use your own stash, you're gonna have to buy the papers because there's no instructions on what size to cut any of this.
Oh.
So that's the only disadvantage to this.
Okay.
Outside of that, it's okay. And really, to tell
What
you
you
the
should
truth,
do is as you build your blocks, Katie, you should measure them and then write it down.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
And that way, if you want to make it again, you'll know
Mm-hmm.
at least what the unfinished measurements are, and then you can math your way into the rest.
Yep. I need to cut this excess off because I don't need this on here. I do it before I start sewing it on here. Less thread. I'm going to be running out of another spool of thread soon. That'll be number 3 this year. I guess I have been sewing like a
You've
crazy
been sewing
person.
a lot if you done gone through 3 spools of
Yeah.
thread.
Yep. And that knocks me down to only having my big spool of I bought a really big spool, and that's all I have left of the dove. I've tried to find the large of the Arfil that's not the big cone,
Mm-hmm.
and Fat Quartershop's been out of it. And she made an announcement on one of her lives about a month ago saying that Arfil's going up on their thread again.
Yen?
Again in January, it's going to go up. And I'm like, please, no. Between fabric and everything else, it's kicking my butt. That's why I've been on a fabric drought, because money's been tight.
Well, when you
But
come visit, Katie, I'll let you have some of mine. I got too much.
oh, that's sweet. You know what else I'm gonna do while I'm in the States? I'm sending all my I have listen to this, you guys. I have fabric in my oldest daughter's house. 2 boxes, I think, now, because I knocked them, because I brought a lot of it home the last time I was in the States when Chaunda saw me. I had brought me an empty suitcase and I filled that sucker up, brought a lot home with me. But I also have fabric in California too. So if everything goes the way we're planning, I'll have enough money. I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do a pallet or if we're going to just send individual boxes. I've been talking to Sean, and I think Sean's going to help me figure out if it wouldn't be cheaper to do a pallet. And if it does, that means that I can just send everything on a pallet along with extra things from my storage unit, and it all just make one trip. And
Okay.
so um, I have fabric in Lynn's house and in Kristen's house. It's batiks mostly, but no thread, because it didn't occur to me to stock up on thread. And now it's going up and it's freaking me out. I mean, we already paid what, $13 or something for it, I think.
Yeah, 13, 14 bucks.
Yeah, and now it's going to go up some more. She said it was going to go up by, what was the percent she said? At least it was going to go up at least $3 more, I think is what she said. And I'm like, oh my
Jesus.
God, and it's not her making it go up.
Oh yeah, I know
It's
it's not her.
it's friggin' tariffs that's doing it. And we all get to pay the price for someone's tariff crap.
I'm just glad I don't need any. Like I don't need any thread. It makes it easier for me not to buy stuff because it's so expensive.
Yeah. And I'm mostly just use the dove gray. Now I have lots of other thread that are different colors, but my main go-to sew for all this stuff has been that dove because it just blends into everything.
Mm-hmm. I have a giant spool of Dove Gray. I was
Yeah,
supposed
this
to
is the
start it last year, but
mm-hmm.
I forgot. I was like, I'm gonna start it on January and see how much I sew. But then I forgot. So then I was like, I'll just hold it for the next year.
Yeah, this is the only one I have of this. So when I run out of the regular large art fill, I'll have to migrate to this. And I only have one of these spools like this. I'm hoping maybe we'll see some for Black Friday, but I'm not holding my breath.
Well, you don't have to get Orifil thread.
I'm not familiar with any of the other brands. And this machine works so good with it. What if it doesn't like, I always hear people talking about how their Jukis don't like Aurifil but it likes, what is it, Superior, this cotton? What do you use?
I mean, I use Orifil, but I also use connecting threads. Well, I used to use it, but my current machine doesn't like it.
Doesn't like the Aurifil or the connecting threads?
It doesn't like the connecting threads. So I have like a bunch of it though, is the problem.
Well, maybe I should maybe get one or two spools of the connecting threads and see if it actually will be okay with the machine, because I don't want to sink money into it and then discover it's going to give me trouble. The only thing I don't like about Arfil is how dusty it is when it goes through the machine. It leaves a mess.
I will say
But
it's less linty than other threads.
I mean, it's
I
it's
will
not a
say that.
bad lint, but it will build up if I don't clean out, and I'm going to run out of bobbin.
I um I had some I was making I forgot what the heck I was making and I forgot why. but I was using some not really old, but some thread I had gotten from Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and it left so much lint that after that I don't complain about the Aurifil anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, it leaves dust, but not enough to make me not want to stop using it. Okay, Carissa says the points are pretty small, but it comes out nice. Then she says, points of what? Oh, the Atomic Star. They must be talking. Carissa says Atomic Star was my first easy paper piecing project. I'm surprised I kept going. And then she says, oh, then Jaja says, oh, I want to do that one. I'll have to look at the Atomic Star you're talking about. She says the points are pretty small, but it comes out nice. She says she goes through 2 or 3 large cones of thread a year. Wow, you're even more prolific on a sewing. And buy the big cones. They're $17 to $19 usually. I think I paid 45 for that one.
Yeah, those large cones ain't no way.
Yeah, you're lucky if you got them for that price. Because that big cone, I think, cost me $45. I'm hot, you guys. It's hot in my house. But it's 27 degrees outside. Go figure.
I used to Quilt in a Day used to put Aurifil on sale for like $9 a spool.
Mm-hmm.
And they always had a limited two. So whenever they would put it on sale, I would just buy two. And that's how I built up my thread.
Oh, got ya. Jaja, is Omni cotton or polyester? I'm not putting I'm using cotton thread for more than one reason. My grandkids and my kids will probably end up with a lot of my quilts before it's over with. And if there's ever a fire, polyester will melt, and you happen to be sleeping in it or whatever, polyester, ooh, that polyester will melt into your skin. Cotton won't. This thing's sewn through, and I ran out of bobbin. Ugh, I just lost bobbin chicken here. Look, empty.
Oh my God, thread has gone up. You're right, it's gone up a lot.
Yep. It's insane how much it cost.
Because I have the Tula Pink Dragon's Breath collection.
Mm-hmm.
I think where she did the lights and the darks. And so
Yep.
I have both of them.
Yep.
And now just one of them is like $50. And I think I paid that for both of them.
Yeah, and that's what's
That's
got me
crazy.
concerned. You know, if you paid that back then, just think what we're going to be paying for it in January. The thing is the Orifil comes from Italy. It's processed there, and if I could find a way of buying it straight from Italy, maybe I could save money. But I have no idea how to do that. The only person that might could answer that question is Giovanna, but I don't know if she buys Orifil thread, and if she does she buy it from Italy or does she order it from overseas? I haven't had a chance to ask her that.
Well, if you order from Canada, can't you bypass the tariffs that way?
Yeah, because yeah, there's no tariff. I should be able to, as long as yeah, because I know Canada is not doing tariffs against other countries that I know about.
Yeah, I would look at ordering from Canada maybe if you can't do the Italy thing.
I just know who I would love to do it from Italy if I can figure out who you can buy it from, because then I would bypass lots of shipping costs and everything else. I mean, there'll still be shipping, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I definitely should. And it kind of sickens me that the thread's going to go up and I'm going to the United States after it goes up. And it's like, oh my God. I don't know why we're have uh-oh. I don't know why we're having to pay such high prices. Okay, can you please behave yourself? Chaunda, do you know if they have bobbin winders that run off a USB plug?
I've not seen it if they do.
I wonder if my adapter that I have that takes United States to Greenland electricity can run a bobbin winder. Because that shouldn't take, because it can't run an iron, but or a curling iron or a hair dryer, but I bet it could run a bobbin winder. Out of all the things I love doing about sewing, I can't stand winding bobbins because they always look like I don't do them tight enough.
One of my luxuries is pre-wound bobbins. It's the only time I'll use, well, not the only time, but that's the only time I'll use like polyester thread for piecing because I had to like make peace with that because the pre-wound ones are polyester.
I thought I've seen cotton though.
Yeah, but I'm not paying that.
Oh, it's more expensive for the cotton that way.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, I would not have known that.
At least it was when I was looking. But I had treated myself to some pre-wound bobbins. It was great.
Are there any threads made in
They
the
fit
machine?
more. Like they fit more than you do when you wind them yourself.
Denise, so everything I have in my house that has to do with thread, needles, everything's come from the States. But since the tariffs were put into place, it's driving prices up for everything. And and I have to eat the cost because shipping's gone up. Not so much with Fat Quarter Shop, shipping hasn't really gone up. Not really, but I heard something about that the United States Postal Service is going to go up again after the first of the year. So that may end up affecting me even for that. And it's all because of tariffs. So, and I don't want to give up my hobby. Hey, Sherry. Didn't I just see Sherry? Yeah. Sherry, I sent you a message. I need to talk to you about something. Well, I can tell you in the channel here if they hear it. I might be able to come to the States in March. So, I was thinking I would bring the quilt tops with me when I come. And since you and Chaunda and Jess all live close by to each other, we could all get together. Look at me trying to volunteer all of y'all to do something. So anyway, it's been a to do because I said when I run out of this one article, I'm down to the one comb. I have white, but I don't want to use white. If I will, but I'd rather not. Andrea says, howdy, Chaunda, Katie, and everyone. Sorry I'm late. I just woke up. You're not late. You're never late.
Hi, Mama J, Andrea.
How are you doing, Sherry and Andrea?
I didn't even see Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Yep, she snuck in here too. Now we can trim this block. Make sure. Do not cut on that line. Got it. All right. What's the price of Arfil on Amazon? I'm just curious. I can't order anything. The only thing that I can buy from Amazon that can actually get shipped here is books and videos. Everything else, yeah. Everything else they don't ship here. And it's because we're not part of the European Union. Greenland broke up with the European Union because they tried to steal the fishing rights. So the Greenlander people, there was a referendum where they voted, and they voted to get out of the deal with them because they didn't want their livelihood being taken from them. And since my husband's part of that livelihood, I understand that more than most. They're going to have a good load coming in on, right now the load is not, the ship's not fully full yet, but right now it's worth 14 million Danish kroners. They've been boxing lots of Japanese shrimp, so they're getting, the price of shrimp's gone up a little bit, and because of that, and because the shrimps are really good right now that they're catching, and a lot of it's going to go to Japan, which means bigger paycheck for everybody, because when you do Japanese shrimp, it's because it's the best of the best that goes to Japan. They also do boxes for Italy as well. Those are their two main ones that buy raw flash frozen shrimp because they're not sea cooked. And that's how come I have raw shrimp in my freezer, is because it's from the Japanese boxes. The post office is raising the cost due to email. People not sending snail mails. Nothing to do with tariffs, says Robin. I wouldn't say that's really the not for international, I don't think. Because the international shipping is going to go up. That's why, and also companies on this side of the pond are not, a lot of them have halted shipping to the United States from their companies. Like an example would be Wool Warehouse. They're not doing that. They stopped shipping to the United States because of the tariffs. Because the consumer in the United States would be eating the cost, and they just couldn't. They didn't want to put that on the consumer. So right now there's a freeze on mail or sending stuff unless they've lifted it. I don't think they have.
I'm gonna check. I thought they started back. Hold on.
Yeah, they started that about 3 months ago.
Yeah, I thought they started back shipping though. Let me see.
I don't know if they have or not. I just knew they stopped. Might have to look and see. They may have started it back up if they worked something out. I don't know.
Yeah, they started it back in October.
Oh, well, they must have got something worked out. That's good. We'll see how long it lasts. Okay, let's mark this one. We're down, we got, this will be number 3 block. The third, or yeah, I'm starting with the 3rd block of this. 8 and 6. And 7 and 9. Okay. Now I need another square. Yeah, I knew steps were going up. I saw that. Yeah, so there is international stamps though, and they're not that pricey for just envelope size stuff. Got your messenger and responded to you. Okay, Cherry. Yeah, because I want to talk about my little potential trip. It's just not going to be during QuiltCon. It'll be in March, probably right before my birthday, which means I'll make it to Florida to get my license updated before it expires. And then I got to go find a way to get an appointment with the Social Security office, because I haven't done that yet. And I'm right at that age of that grandfathered in age. I need to, basically, it's just I need to tie my bank account in with the Social Security so they know where to send the money, you know. Since I have a bank account, they can do that. And then I can just leave the money sitting in that. It's not going to be much. From what I understand, I can't draw off my first husband's Social Security, which sucks. So 21 years of marriage for nothing.
Wait, you can't?
Nope, because I went and got married again, even though he's not an American, and he's not an American citizen. So, yeah. So, even if he was an American citizen, because I went and got married, even though I've been married to the other one 21 years, that doesn't account for anything. And that would have been a chunk of change. So the government got lots of free money out of my first husband. Because he was 48 when he died. The price of, I went to buy a small thing of ground beef the other day, and that's gone up again, Chaunda.
How much is it per pound now?
I paid 72 kroners for that. Half a pound. Hang on, I'll tell you what it was. I don't understand why it's so high. It just like it keeps trickling up, and our income's not going with it. And I sound grumpy about it because I am. I'm not saying here. Let's see how much that is a pound. First, we got to go do the translation from Danish kroners to US dollars.
His jaw dropped making $72.
No, 72 Danish kroners. Sorry. $11 for a half a pound.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's
half a pound?
A half a pound.
That would be a lot for a whole pound.
Yes, it would.
I'm not going to complain about our meat prices anymore.
The only thing that's not skyrocketing is eggs, which is fine by me. Because when all else fails, eat some eggs.
You gotta be kidding
me. Judge us. That's funny. Nope, not $72. Thank God. I wouldn't be buying hamburger if it cost $72. Interesting thing is the US dollar's down right now, and this is a good time for me to spend money. You know, the Danish to US dollar value. The value of the dollar is down right now, and this is a good time to be shopping. I might do a little bit for Black Friday, or I might join the boycott. I don't know. We'll see. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm. What are we
Uh,
boycotting now?
Target.
I've been
Amazon.
boycotting Target for a long time.
Yeah, so it's Target, Amazon, Home Depot, and one other company. And they all will have Black Friday, so they're going to do the boycott on Black Friday by not spending money and shop with local businesses instead.
Okay.
That's their message. Boycott the big guys and go shop with the little guys, which is a good idea, actually.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. I mean,
But the little guys
I
are
had
more
Target
expensive.
already.
Yeah.
I don't think I can give up Amazon, at least not yet. Even if I
No.
shop there, I still have my Prime membership, which I got to keep for Thursday night football.
Yeah, I have Prime too. I think they were just talking about boycotting the Black Friday part, not the rest of it. It's just for one day,
Yeah.
which
I
or the
don't
week.
think I'm gonna shop on Black Friday
Yeah, they were
anyway.
talking about that 3 days. That's that Black Friday and I guess Cyber Monday. That's what they were talking about. Because Black Friday tends to take the bigger businesses out of the red and into the black. Remember when they used to have such a Walmart used to have those big huge sales
Oh
where
yeah.
people would stand in line for TVs and stuff
I was
like
one of
that.
them. I was
That
one of
was
them because I had small kids back then, and
yeah,
like the stuff that they would have, for kids and kids' toys,
yeah. And
I
that was
couldn't
the
beat the
one time a
deal.
year that Walmart would be in the red, would come out of the red because they sold so much merchandise.
I used to be there. I think they used to do they changed the times over the years, but I think it used to be like midnight or something like that, or
PCs.
5 a.m., whatever it was. But I would be out there
Mm-hmm.
to get my
Standing in
kids
line with the rest
their
of them.
get my kids their toys and stuff like that. And I would do the majority of my Christmas shopping on Black Friday back in the day when the kids were little.
I remember one year, it was like a year before their dad died. Walmart had this huge television sale for the flat screens. And back
Hmm.
then, TVs, flat screen TVs were astronomically pricey.
I
And I
know.
think,
Remember, I paid
yeah,
$1,500 for my first one.
yeah. And these were on sale. It was, I think, a 42-inch for $100 or something like that. And the kids were like, Mom, we want a TV for our room. Can we have a TV? Please, 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 for Christmas. And I kept telling them no. What they didn't know is they were getting one for Christmas because they wanted to use it for gaming is what they wanted it for.
Hmm.
And so I bought one went in the girls' room and one went in Thomas's room. I went up there and stood in the line with the rest of everybody. And I can tell you what, people can be downright nasty in those lines.
Yeah, I never did the electronics, um, because I just didn't like. I didn't want to fight, and like people would get like in line like super early. They would
Yeah,
hand
like
out
4 o'clock in the
electronics.
morning, sometimes
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. So I never went for the electronics. So I always
Yeah.
went for like the night clothes, like because they would have pajama sets really
Mm-hmm.
cheap.
Yep.
And those would make great gifts for my kids. Like it's a gift and it's something that they need, something they could use. And then I would, buy kids' toys, stuff like that. I never went for the big ticket items like the computers and stuff like that.
Denise says the sad thing is retailers won't lower prices once tariff rates are changed or lifted. Of course not, because they're making millions off of the little guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Just like they didn't reduce the prices after the supply issues with the pandemic.
yeah, all that
Those prices
overage.
never came back
Yeah,
down, even once the supply issues were completed. That's why I rock with Costco so hard.
yeah.
Because Costco
Um,
is like, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna inflate our prices.
Let me see. Carissa, is BC British Columbia or is BC something else? She says groceries are cheaper for me. Oh, that's because I'm on mostly a liquid diet. Oh, I read that wrong. Sorry. Ignore me. Did anyone else use layaway? I use Kmart and Walmart layaway
Oh yeah, I remember layaway.
religiously. That's why I was asking, does Walmart do layaways anymore?
They don't. Sometimes some years they'll do it just for Christmas, but in general they don't do it anymore.
That's interesting because that was the biggest thing I could. That was how I was able to afford the kids' Christmases every year, because we
Mhm.
were one income family. And so I would start putting things on layaway like in September and paying a certain amount every week until I got them out.
I would do the Black Friday shopping
Mm-hmm.
and I would put it on layaway so I could break it up across like 2 or 3 paychecks.
Yep. That was such a good idea of them to do that because it made it affordable for anyone that had even one income.
Hmm. I did Kmart layaway,
Walmart and Kmart.
but I haven't done a layaway in, I don't know, 15 years maybe. It's been a
Wow,
minute.
that's been a lot. Well, since I moved in, because I kind of thought they were still doing layaway right before I left to move over here. I was in the store the other day looking around to see um, if they've started hauling in Christmas stuff. It looks like Torque has started getting boxes of stuff, but they haven't unpacked it yet. But man, Brucein is lacking right now. Nothing. But I also think that maybe we're going to have a ship come in. Let's see, because the sale papers this go around looks like they're ending around the 27th. So maybe they're going to do a big Christmas sale um on the 28th, which would be Black Friday. And so I'm hoping the ship's going to come in. And if it does, then I might shimmy down there and see what they got. Might be and video all the merchandise they set out. Do a vlog kind of thing, like I did last year. Because right now the Christmas department doesn't have that much to look at. There's hardly any Christmas lights. I did see that they had the fresh Christmas trees outside though. I didn't
I'm
look to
never
see.
getting another live tree.
Huh?
I'm never getting another live tree.
Yeah, I don't buy live trees because I think they're, yeah. So when I was doing Christmas with the kids, we had a fake tree except for one year, and that one year I bought a Leland that was crossed with a red cedar. They had figured out how to cross the two, and I bought it with its roots on it. And I used it. That was the only time the kids ever had a real tree. And then I planted that sucker out in the yard. When do people decorate for Christmas if they don't live here with Thanksgiving? Here in Greenland, people put their Christmas tree up a week before Christmas. I'm putting mine up sooner, I think, just so I can have something to look at.
Mine will be going up this weekend, probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I bought a fake tree from trying to remember who I bought it from. And it hasn't ever been taken out of the box because I've kind of gotten this anti-Christmas funk. The first year I lived here, so the first Christmas I actually was here as a resident, there was hardly any Christmas lights. Now, half the town is decorating the outside of their house with lights. But based on what I saw in the stores, there's definitely no Christmas lights right now to be had. And I'm pretty sure that the fireworks will probably come in on the ship too. Oh, fireworks. Noisemakers. Robin said she had a live tree once and she would never do it again. It was a horrible mess.
Exactly. I will never do it again.
She says it was when shaggy rug was a thing. Our last Kmart shut down 12-ish years ago. It was so sad, says Carissa.
I used to love Kmart for back to school shopping for my kids.
I think Walmart hurt their business.
Walmart hurt everyone's business.
We're on the roll here. We're on block number 3. Oops, I just ripped that one. All right, got those trimmed down. Let's get the other 2 sides on. No more Kmart in Canada says, hey, Dubrovka, how are you? Hang on a minute, y'all. Katie, how are you feeling? Do not overdo it, please, says Andrea. Right now I'm okay. My eyes don't seem to be burning at the moment. So we'll see. No pain at the moment either. But yeah, I will stop. Let me see, how long have I been live now? 7:03. We've only been live an hour and a half now, so we're doing good. I was going to set up this bot, or the bot, to drop y'all into Zaza's live tonight at 10 o'clock my time. And she's got to turn off a permission so that I can do that. So I got to show her how to do that if she wants to lift that so that we can share her channel that way. So I'm going to do it the manual way by just going and copying her channel link, and when it's time for me to say bye-bye, I can put it in the chat and y'all can click on the link. But she is doing a live tonight, looks like. Y'all go over there and help promote her channel.
Might have to call it quits on this for tonight. Do
Huh?
something else. I might have to call it quits on this for tonight and work on something else.
Have you got all your quilting projects pretty much up to date so far?
What do you
Or are you
mean?
still running a little behind?
Oh, I'm definitely running behind.
I definitely am. I realized that there's a couple things that I haven't, that I started that I will like, yeah, there's a couple things I need to figure out how I'm going to make time for them. I think a couple of them I'm going to do on my 12-hour live. Since
The
Nikolai's going to
funk that
go
I've been
home.
in, it just.
Yep, I understand. I think with my 12-hour live, since Nikolai's going to be here, it'll give me a chance. Maybe he can help with the live a little bit because I'm going to need to be up and down, not sitting the whole 12 hours. I think he still has concerns about me having a relapse. He told me that the other day because they wanted him to stay on board 3 more weeks. And when he called me, he says, I thought about it, but then I changed my mind because I'm worried that if I do that, you'll have a relapse because I know you'll be overdoing it. You know, I don't like being pinned down like this. But pain really sucks too, so there's that.
Yeah. I'm pretty fortunate. I don't really, that's not something that I have to, I've been blessed to not have pain.
You know,
Days and wakes up in pain every day. Every day.
yeah, when the nurse was poking around to get ready to give me my COVID shot, and she barely touched me, and I said, "Ow!" She's like, "What's the matter with you?" And I said, "You just touched an ouchie spot. Please don't stick the needle there," is what I told her. And she says, "Is that the only spot that's like that?" I said, "No, I have them all over my body." I said, "My husband just come up and lightly touch me with his finger and it'll hurt." It's probably fibromyalgia that's not being treated because I haven't really told the doctor anything about it because they don't listen anyway. Did you see about the lady that went to the hospital to give birth to a baby and got sent home?
Yes.
And she had her baby 8 minutes later out in the car on the
Yes.
side of the highway.
I did see that
That
story.
is negligence in it at its finest. And I can tell you that doctors do not listen to us women because when I was in labor with Kristen, I almost waited too late to go, number one. He comes in there and he looks at me and he says, and he just vaguely looked at me. He said, "Oh, it'll be a couple more hours." 15 minutes after he walked out of the door, I was crowning Kristen and they didn't even have the delivery room ready for us. And I had her so fast it fractured her collarbone. And they were telling me to stop pushing, and I was telling them, "No, I can't stop. It's too late." Because I could feel all of it. I was not on any pain stuff. Oh, ta-da! Here's another one.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't
That's
the
a
colors
cute
great?
box.
Yeah, it looks wonderful.
That's adorable.
No, not yet, Dubrovka. They're I'm probably what I was thinking when I go to the States, I'm gonna my daughter works for a it's the ophthalmologist that does surgery, right?
Don't get me to lying.
Ophthalmologist. Yeah, ophthalmologist. Um, I want to get a second opinion about my eyes. And I'm hoping I can buy eyeglasses while I'm there because here they're so pricey. And but I want her to look at my eyes and get a second opinion. Because my eyesight's like weird. And then there's this thing where my eyes go through these little spells of burning, and it feels like I got sand in my eyes, which is probably dry eyes. And Y'all don't think I'm whining. Please don't. I just absolutely cannot put eye drops in my eyes, and it's because of stuff. The doctor told my mom to go home, and my sister was born blue and died 3 days later. Oh my gosh,
Oh my
Robin.
God.
Was that from a blood her being I thought blue babies was because of you.
Umbilical cord, maybe? Wrapped
It
around
was
the
either
neck?
it was either that or a blood thing because like I'm RH negative, O negative, and my husband was O positive. And blue babies are born from parents if they don't get a Rogam shot, which prevents the
Oh.
blood cells from the baby destroying your blood cells. And a lot of times babies are born blue because of that if they are not given that vaccine. And you have to do, I think, 2 of them so many weeks apart. One of them is right before, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks before the baby's due date. So all of my kids have O negative blood. If they had O positive, they would have been lots of health issues.
What you need? You don't have to tiptoe. I'll be telling your daddy that too. I don't know what, like my family feels like if I'm on a live, like they can't come down here. And I'm like, it's fine. It's all right. If you walk by, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. No worries. They're close to being adults anyway, right?
Right. But Adrian does it too. He was like, he texted me. He's like, just see, he said, I know you're on a live, so I'm gonna go through the front door instead of the side door. And I'm like, you know it doesn't matter. I keep telling you it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we all don't care.
Like when I'm filming a video, that's when I care.
Yeah.
I want all that noise in the background if I'm like filming a video, but if I'm doing a live, then I don't expect nobody to walk by for 3 whole hours.
I haven't heard your car making noises in a while. Remember it used to make this noise when we first were getting live together?
My car?
I think it was your car or your husband's car.
I don't know. I don't even have the same car. Maybe that's why.
Oh, that's what happened. Robin says mom was in labor. The doctor gave her meds to stop labor. The baby literally drowned in fetal fluid. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
That's bad. I never even heard. Uh-oh. We have no half triangles of that one. That means I didn't cut enough. Oops. That's okay. Only need to cut 2 squares to have enough. Yeah, 2 squares. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let me see what size I need for that. I don't know how I came up short. I must have cut 6 instead of 8 like I was supposed to. That's interesting. Very interesting. but it's all good. I can fix this problem real fast. Wait, I can probably just.
Oh, geez.
3.5.
Having a hot flash.
Yeah, I'm sitting here burning up too. Join the club. Maybe it's the hormones and not the house, but I think it's the house. It's too warm.
Eee.
I think I'm gonna have to buy a new ruler. I nicked my ruler up, I don't know, over a year ago, and every now and then the blade catches on it. I really like this particular size ruler. Can do smaller items with it, you know. The only thing I don't like about it is because it's a 4.5 inch ruler. This whole this where you go to the half inch, you can't see some of the markings. Like if you need to do a 3 7/8, you can't see the 7/8 mark. That's the only downside to it. That's why I end up switching to a different ruler when that happens.
What's that, a 4x6?
Yeah, 4.5 by 8.5.
Oh.
So it's great for when you have like half square triangles, certain size, or where you have to like cut on the diagonal. This size will do a lot of ones until it gets to a bigger size, a really big size. It works really well doing that. That's what I like about it. And it's great for trimming paper. I have an add a quarter ruler and I don't like using it. I prefer the ruler because it lays totally flat on here. Denise says the point of that story is that the issue that Black women are not given adequate maternity care, the death. Yeah, I understand that, Denise. It's just the fact that the doctor didn't even listen to her, which is a problem. I'm on this thing where, you know, doctors just don't listen to us women. We know our bodies better than they do, and they still don't listen. Hey, Andy, you snuck in here. Katie, for your trunk show, can we include Afghans? Yes. She said she located her log cabin blocks, inspired Afghan, and a couple. Yes, any craft. You can put on, you know, pictures of, because I'm going to do it as a trunk show, and make sure that when you're posting your pictures or emailing them to me, you tell me what it is, and if you have a little story about why you did it or whatever, you can do that too. That way, when we do the trunk show, I can give information, because this is to honor you guys. All about you for this.
When is your trunk show?
The 29th. Actually, I don't have a wingman that night either. Darn. You want to come on the 29th? But you're probably busy.
Of November?
Yeah, that's like 2 days after Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm not going out of town. So at first I thought we were going to be going out of town for Thanksgiving, but now we're not. So
okay. Yeah, I decided to do the draw, you know, that drawing that I was supposed to do over a month ago, but couldn't because of what had happened with my health. So that, and now it seems a little redundant since I'm getting so close to 10, you know. But 56 people filled out the Google form for the drawing, so I'm going to make sure it gets done. Because I promised 6 giveaways, and they're going to get their 6 giveaways, and we'll see who wins them. I don't. Did you fill out the Google form too, or no?
I did not.
Oh, you're missing out on a $25 gift card if you were to win.
No, I'll leave that for your for everyone else.
Cindy just erased something she said. They need to bring back midwives. So right now here in Greenland, we have a shortage of staff, hospital staff. So a month before a woman is going to give birth to her babies here, or to a baby here in our town, they're sent to Nuuk to give birth. And they're housed in the patient hotel until she goes into labor. Because we have no midwives or doctors to deliver babies down here. We're hurting for a lot of, the pandemic really put a hole in everything. Totally put a hole in it. And they're looking for nurses. I think the last ad I saw, they were looking for nurses to work, if they can come from another country, to work in Nuuk, because they have a shortage of nurses. And here in our town, they have a shortage of caretakers for the assisted living facility. They're supposed to have 27 people working because it's a big facility, and they only have 17.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, Cindy, on November the 27th, here's the deal. I'm doing a drawing. It was a postponed drawing for when I hit the milestone 5,000. And then I had a health thing happen where I couldn't do it. So that's going to happen. And I decided to honor all of my viewers. Oh no, I probably should not have done that. Crap. I'll know in a minute if that's wrong. I decided, why don't we have a trunk show where the viewers share their projects? And that would be my way of honoring you guys for all the hours you spend with me on my lives and watching my pre-records, you know, just to thank, you know, saying a thank you kind of thing. And I think it'll be fun to see each other's work. And so you can share anything that's quilting and crafting. It can be quilting, sewing, crocheting, knitting, painting, anything. And you can either share it in the Facebook group. Let me see here. Let me make sure. I hope that's right. Or you can email me and I will put it up that way. But wake your behind up. That might not be the right. It must not be. Okay, let me try this. Welcome back, Rita. I think I'm gonna have to go look on the bot for. Hey, Lisa, I didn't see you sneak in. Thank you for coming in. And yes, please hit that thumbs up like Lisa said. Yeah, hang on, I'll go get the Facebook group link. What I need to do is just look at the bot. And Denise says there are shortages here in the US on nurses and doctors understaffed and overworked. At one time, my daughter was going to do contracting because she's a surgical tech. She was going to contract, but she's got Ava, so she can't do any contracting because Ava's too young for her to be dragging her around the country. I mean, and her, you know, I'm sure she could leave and Eric could take care of her, but they right now, her being with her daughter, them being together as a family, with her being so young, they've chosen not to do the contracting. She could make a lot of money being a contractor, but she decided not to. Money's not at the top of their list. Where's my bot? There it is. Let's see if I can find my Facebook group or my
I have
Facebook
two
link.
aunts that are in the nursing field. One of them, she's a dialysis nurse, and she retired last year. She was like, you know what? I'm tired of y'all working me to death.
Yeah.
Retired.
Lynette's really happy where she is right now. She works so I think 3 days a week for a it's either 3 days or 4 days a week. She works for a surgeon who she's a eye surgeon, which is who I was talking about earlier. And then she works 2 days a week for the hospital in the town she lives in. Oh, no wonder it wouldn't work. I was putting in the wrong command. Okay, here's the one for the Facebook group in case you've not been there. If you're not a member, so here's the thing about my Facebook group. It's set to private and the bot is going to ask you questions. And one of the questions might be, when did I start my Facebook or my YouTube channel? Sorry, 2 years ago. So you can put 2023. But make sure you answer every question and then agree to the rules, and then it'll let you in. That's all you got to do. And when you post pictures, if it looks like the pictures didn't post, they post it. But the bot is going to hold them until because they always do this with new people. And then I'll go and approve them, and then I'll fix it so that you don't have to have permission. Your photos won't get held because there's a special setting I can turn on if you can post pictures. If that just made any sense. Rita says that, yeah, I have it automatically in the bot, but I didn't remember. Yeah, it's right there. Duh. It just posted it while I was looking for it. Yeah, because I knew I had the bot set to post it also. Andy, how are you doing today, by the way?
Hey, Andy.
I hope nothing's happened to Jess. It's not like her to not show up. Need to get Rita back on a live, but she's not ready to be on a live again. We miss her funny self, her funny sarcastic self. Yeah, I said that. Took me a while to get her jokes, but now I get them. Humor is so hard for me, you guys. That part of my brain is like broken. Rita says, oh my God, Katie, after almost 20 years, I was shocked. My oldest daughter contacted me through Facebook message. Oh, that's outstanding. And then Rita says, but Katie, I am not alive, just a robot. You're funny. Maybe we're all a figment of everybody's imagination.
Maybe.
Maybe. Rita says, but at least Katie, you know now what I meant when I said drill holes in paper. Yep. The first time you said that, I'm like, what's she talking about? I think I when I read things or hear things, I take it in a literal way, and because it's like sometimes Nikolai will say something and I'm like, okay, what? And he'll tell me, he says, I was lying. And I'm like, you were lying? He says, you believe everything I tell you, don't you? I'm like, yep. Why wouldn't I? And he was lying to tease me about something. and I wouldn't get the joke because it just went right over my head, you know.
I get it. I definitely get it. I'm pretty literal myself.
Yeah,
So the way people say things, like that's usually how I take it.
yeah, exactly. That's why I think so, you know, and you know, when I take it in a little way, it might have been supposed to be a joke, and I took it a little way, and then I'm like, wait, that hurts my feelings because it sounded like they were insulting me or something, or I just didn't get it. Period. You know.
Yep. Because Adrian, he likes to joke a lot, and I don't even remember what it is, what it was now, but there was like a nickname that he would use for me sometimes, and I was like, no, I don't like that one. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
it's like I've called him a meatball a couple times because he'd be fooling around, being funny and stuff, and
Hmm.
he called me numbskull. And that word numbskull, oh my god, that's a trigger. It's weird how some words trigger me. Because the way it was used when I was growing up was the same as being called stupid.
Yeah.
And stupid's like a huge trigger. That's why that was one of the words in my house when I was raising the kids that was not allowed to be used in the house. Stupid, a couple of racist words. Idiot was another one. Oh, and the idiot thing. Oh my God. My kids, they were watching the 101 and Dalmatians and Cruella saying, "You idiot!" And my kid, it was like this thing. They started calling each other idiots just because they saw it on a cartoon.
That sounds like kids.
I had to like put the brakes on that word. I had to explain to them. I said, "You may not understand this, but idiot's the same thing as calling your brother or sister stupid." Oh, Mom, I didn't mean it that way. I said, "Well, I know you did, but you know, now that word's not allowed in the house either. No name calling." It kept the peace, kept them from fighting. Because the way I grew up, if me and my sisters got in an argument, you know how my dad made us settle our arguments? Fist fighting. That's why us girls don't have a close relationship because that's how we grew up.
Well, that seems counterproductive.
Well, of course it is. It just makes us hate each other. Well, not hate each other. I didn't hate none of my sisters, but I can tell you there was countless times, and he would, if he heard us arguing, he'd bring us in the living room and make us punch each other out.
My dad was a piece of work.
That solved absolutely nothing. Huh? The only trigger word I have is the word SHIT something. So there's a word in, is it the, what goes between the T and the P?
Hmm.
Rita says the only trigger that word she has is the word that's SH asterisk T, which I would assume that's shit. And I'm gonna say it. But then it has a T X. What
That looks
happened to the
like
word?
shut up. It looks like shut up.
Oh, shut up. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't like that word either. Got ya. Yeah, I don't like shut up either.
Yeah, mine is stupid. Not because it doesn't trigger me in the way, like nothing happened to me with that word. I'm just not stupid.
Yeah.
And so don't call me stupid. Like that's a hard no for me.
Yep. So in the chat, what word do any of you have? I would love to see what you have as trigger words. Rita says, Denise, haha, I understood that one. Look at Denise's. Oh my goodness. Andy said she hit 1 million views on her channel last night.
Whoa, go
Holy
ahead,
fuck.
Andy.
You go, girl.
That's freaking awesome.
That is outstanding. Got to make sure you go visit Tuber Chat to tell Kevin about that one. Congratulations, Andy.
Yeah, congratulations. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. She's got quite a following with her crochet stuff.
Robin said that her trigger word is see you next Tuesday.
Robin, I know what that word is. That is a bad word. You know what you know how some people call their cats pussy cats? Well, my dad would use that P word in another way. And it was that word will make me feisty.
Now, for me, that the C word, that's like the worst word I can use.
It is a bad word, very bad.
If I use that word directed toward another person, then that means that they have pushed me to my limits.
Yep.
Because I don't even like that word.
No, I don't either. It's so derogatory.
I do have one friend though. I do have one friend, and we do call each other that in jest.
Hey, it's okay.
His birthday was yesterday, and so I sent him a card, and it was like "Happy effing birthday, CUNT," because I knew he would get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But that's the only person I use that word with. We use that word together, and it's a joke between us, and that's it.
My friend Melanie, that lives in New York, I went up there to visit her and Michael and a couple other friends that we all got together. And let me tell you what, there's nothing worse than to get a bunch of females together to tease one female who can't say a particular word, just to teach them that the word shouldn't bother you. Don't give so much power to it. And I'm like, by the time it was time, by the time they finally decided to stop picking on me about it, I'm like, you guys are like a bunch of alligators, man. You really mean for me not to worry about that word? Fine, I won't. Because I was so tired of hearing that word, And they would do it because when they first started it, Melanie said my face would turn red and you could see the anger in my eyes. I mean, I still don't like the word even now, but at least it doesn't make me angry anymore.
Robin said the last person that called her that had blood flowing freely.
Okay, Helen's asking for an email. Hold on. And hi, Helen. And hello, Fair Bricks. Good to see you. Oh, by the way, crafting can include Legos too. Just saying. Forgot to say that about, that's included in that.
Oh, I remember what it is now. Like when I would do something stupid, he would say Riri, and that boiled my blood. We were about to go to blows. I'm like, you can't ever say that again, ever, ever.
Re means stupid.
Yeah, Riri, as in that word we don't use anymore. For developmentally disabled, the word we used to use back
Oh,
in
that word. Gotcha.
yeah. So he would say, but he would shorten it and just say Riri.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
And I'm like, absolutely not.
I don't
Mm-mm.
mind being called a B word, but don't stick F in front of it. Then I'm going to get feisty.
No, I don't really like the B word. I don't,
Depends
I
on
don't know.
how who
Well, I
it
take it,
depends on who. It depends on
I
who's
like the
calling me
word.
that.
I just don't like to use it. How do I say it? I like the word a lot.
Yeah.
I don't normally direct it toward people. It's
Yeah.
just like a word of expression.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, dang, I'd be like, bleh.
Rita says I had one of those roller seam things and we had to throw it away. I kept ending up rolling over my finger. Owie. I don't have that problem.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can just finish the white. Then I'll move on to another project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Get
gonna try
tired
to
of that.
finish this striped white. Yeah, my hands are getting tired.
Figure was as big as that is and those that big hook.
Yeah, it goes. It's going pretty quickly.
Some says that Facebook words and I say them, yes, I am, and with a capital B, but does not mean you have the right to call me that. Then I said, go ahead, say it again. Ha ha, nope, they never repeated it, said Rita.
She means
And
effing
then Andrea
B.
says, I
She
used
didn't
to be
mean
called the
Facebook.
B a lot. And she just puffed out her chest and said, yes, I am, and I am proud of it. That stopped that person dead in their tracks. Hey, you want to
Yeah,
insult the
that works.
Yeah, that'll work. That's right. I don't know if you guys realize this, but actually, when these naughty words are used, they only penalize you the first 7 minutes of a live if you use it within that first 7 minutes.
I never knew. How did you find that out?
It's a new rule. They stopped penalizing people if it was used because so many people use the languages. They only do it if it's like in the first 7 minutes of a live or the first
Oh,
7 minutes on a video. They might demonetize.
gotcha. Never knew that.
Unless, of course, you use it excessively. But it didn't say anything about whether they would penalize if it was an excessive usage. But if you use those words, they wouldn't, throughout the live, they wouldn't do anything about it.
That's good to know. I mean, I still wouldn't cuss on someone else's channel though. Like, this is my channel, and if anything were to happen, it would be on me and my channel. So I
Yeah.
might, but someone else's, I just wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to be responsible for anything happening. So now, like certain, I think
I'm not
like I
gonna
might
get
have used the
feisty
A word
about
before, but
it. Yeah. Like I've heard a couple people use shit during
yeah.
guests on my live a couple times.
Yeah,
I
I know I've like cussed like
big deal to
like
me.
by accidentally a couple of times, but
Yeah,
like to just
yeah,
be out here like
yeah. They're not using it like every other word, just a once in a blue moon kind of thing. And it doesn't offend me at all because, to be frank, the S word, it seems to be a favorite for all us females. I don't know why.
I've had a potty mouth since I was 9 years old. I cuss a lot in my day-to-day life. A lot. A
Yeah.
lot, a lot.
The
Yeah.
first time when the first time Nikolai heard me use the F word and SOB, all of it in one sentence, he comes walking in and he's like, I've never heard you talk like that. What is going on in here? And he could see I was frustrated. And I said, I burnt this out my mouth. He's like, okay. Because usually I only use the F word when I'm pissed off about something. And then it's like it just flies off my tongue. Like that night that Rita was in a live I was doing, and we were talking about people being mean to other people. And the subject had to do with someone doing something to someone else, which was really bad. And suddenly the F word just rolled right off my tongue. I didn't even think about the word, it just came out. And everybody got to laugh at me because my face and neck turned red. I couldn't believe I said that on a live.
But that sounds cute, Irish. She said her girlfriend made her a t-shirt and each letter stood for babe in total control of herself.
Mm-hmm. Box number 3. All done.
The source.
Hey there, the source. What's your first name, please? I've been burning up his playlist.
Robin says she has a shirt that says, I'm not AB, I'm VB, and that's Miss B to you.
That's too funny. Wait, I might have all of them. Oh, I got all of them.
Andy said she has the bad potty mouth, and when she became the caregiver for GMA, she had to change her words, and that's why she uses Cheez-Its and hamburgers now.
Yeah, because grandmothers, man, they will chastise you for words coming off your mouth because they're from that generation.
Well, I stopped for a long time because I had kids and I couldn't cuss in front of my kids like that. So I controlled my potty mouth for a long time. Probably until my son was about 10-ish is when I like just kind of started letting him fly again.
That makes total sense. Yeah,
one of my kids was gonna have company over, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, Mom, so they were like, so when my company comes over, are you gonna be like bleep, 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 bleep? And I was like, no, why would I do that in front of company?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's sew these together first because that's all one unit. And then we're going to start laying these blocks out. And we're going to sew these together and we might just have... Oh, 2 hours in. We're doing good. All right, so it's 9:43. I'm going to sew these flying geese together. Now, question of the day is, and I'm going to give you a choice. I can end the live about 5 minutes till 10 so you guys can hop over and support Zaza. That's choice number 1. Or choice number 2, you want me to keep going. And you have to make, when are you planning on eating, Chaunda? Or have you already eaten?
I just had like a snack. I had some crackers and salami and cheese and blueberries.
Okay. Because we're almost, yeah, we're about almost 2.5 hours in. Where did I find Shazal's channel? There it is. Chaunda, you had years of backed up potty just waiting to come out, says Andrea. The F-bomb comes out of me on a regular basis, says Robin. And Rita says, I just say toilet paper for fiddle smurf. And then Andy says, I have a bad potty mouth when I became the care. Oh, okay, we're caught up now. Oh, we're having a bit of fun with this one tonight. And there's Zaza's channel actually just got posted. So what do y'all want to do? You want to go to Zaza or stay here? Yeah, let me know. And then we'll talk about that poll. I'm going to try to remember to say something about it this time. Carissa says she's going to have a Jello cup for dinner. Oh, she's on a liquid diet. That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
I forgot all about her being on a liquid diet.
Why are you on a liquid diet? Did something happen to your mouth?
Let's see how many votes is on that poll right now. 35 votes. So let's talk about the poll since I'm looking at it. 35 people voted so far, and the question is, let's see who's been paying attention. What is the English version of the Greenlandic word koyanok? Option 1 is have a nice day. Option 2 is sleep well. Option 3 is thank you. And option 4 is I love you. So 43% has voted on have a nice day, 3% sleep well, 40% on thank you, and 14% on I love you. So right before we close up the live, I'm going to give you the answer. And then I'm going to get you've seen me use other words too. So I'm going to start giving y'all new words to learn. At least you'll have a little knowledge of Greenlandic words. Jaja says, I have, is that Berea? Is that how you say it? Or Byria? Berea, Byria, how do you say that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, birria. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know what that is.
What is it?
I forgot if it's beef or pork, but it's like I think it's pork. It's like a shredded. I think isn't it like a shredded meat? Can't remember if it's beef or pork though. People use it in tacos.
Oh.
Oh, they took you've been on since October. They took most of your stomach out. Well, I hope you're all right.
Oh, goodness. Sorry to hear that, Carissa. Is this going to be a permanent thing for you, a liquid diet? I hope not, because that would really suck. Jaja says, I'm using pork, but some use beef as well. It's like pulled pork with Mexican spices. Okay, now I've learned something new about a word.
Hold on, Katie. I'll be right back.
Marissa says, yes, I'm totally okay, sore a little. Chaunda, did you get that blue star done? I can leave this way, I think. Look at that other one to see if that's what I did. Nope, I pressed it open. Okay. Carissa says I have to work up to food. I've got to follow up on 12-2, and then I'll find out if I can start soft food. So it's going to be a slow process. I bet you're going to lose weight from that. Chaunda, Robin wants to know if you finished your blue star.
The blanket?
Yeah, the quilt,
Yeah.
the crocheted one.
Yeah, it came out great. Let me show you.
Here, and I'll spotlight you so they can see the whole thing. is gorgeous.
I love it.
It looks wonderful.
I even did the crab stitch border. I debated if I was going to do it or not, but I decided to go ahead and do it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
It's like my favorite thing I've made.
Oh, Carissa says that's the point. I didn't know that's why you had surgery. Sorry, I thought it was for other reasons. Okay, we got the flying geese done. Ouch, golly, that's so hot. Okay, now then. I'm going to put that with the purple one. Okay, so I got to make sure I got everything going in the right direction here. Wait a minute, there should
Robin,
be...
I think the pattern might be free. Let me check her website.
I seem to be missing 2 flying geese. Okay, that's very strange.
Yeah, it is free. I'm going to drop the link to it in the chat.
Well, I'm missing 2 flying geese, so does that mean I didn't do 2 of them? Or have I misplaced them in this chaos? Carissa says I had carpal tunnel, cubicle tunnel, and trigger finger surgery on 9/2, and then cubicle tunnel and carpal tunnel on 10/10, and bariatric surgery on 11/14. I'm over having surgeries. That's a lot of surgeries back to back of each other. I can't even imagine. I don't know what I did. I'm gonna have to search for my missing flying geese. So either A, I didn't make all of them, or B, I've misplaced 2 of them. Chaunda, that's beautiful. Is it for you or someone else? Linda wants to know. And hi, Linda.
Oh yeah, that is 1000% for me. It's actually supposed to be on my couch, but my mother-in-law is on the couch right now. She's staying with us for a little bit, and we don't have a spare bedroom, so I just brought the blanket down here.
Robin says name. So you mean the name of the pattern or a name of something else?
It's called the 6-day star blanket. But I did put the link to it in the chat. But yeah, it did not take me 6 days. But theoretically, if you were to do a smaller version, they say theoretically you can get it done in 6 days. I watched a lot of people on the internet do it in 6 days. I did not. Mine took a lot more than that because I actually got a bit of a project fatigue because once you get, the towards, when you're working in the round like that, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I had made a mistake and I had to take like 3 rows out. And that was just so many hours worth of crochet at that point that I just kind of got fatigued from the project and I just sat it aside for a long time. And then I picked it back up and finished it when I was ready.
Yep, you sure did. Rita says, "Oh no, maybe flying birds flew away." She calls flying geese flying birds. Chaunda, I have to say, I love your hair. It is so cute. That was from Rita.
Thank you, Rita. I am trying to lock it. I'm trying to get it to lock.
How big are you making it? You mean the star, Carissa, or something else?
I did measure it, but I don't remember what the finished measurement was. But the way the pattern works is that you do a bunch of setup rows. I think there are like 6 or 7 setup rows. And then after that, it's a 6 row repeat. And I did 7 repeats. All right. I just popped it back in there since you didn't see it. So I've just put it in there again.
I don't see it. You're a moderator, aren't you?
Can you see my can you
No.
see the stuff that I type in the chat? Because I know they had the last time we went live, they had trouble seeing my email address.
Okay, say hi in the chat. Let me see your name. You might not be a moderator, and boy, that's remiss of me if you're not. That's why. Hang on a minute, Chaunda. Let me
So
solve that little problem.
so this whole time everybody just thinks I'm rude because I'll be in the chat and I'll be like, hi so and so, hi so and so, and you guys can't see any of that.
Sorry, I don't know how I missed
Oh my
that.
God. But why would I have to be a moderator?
Because only moderators can drop links. Regular people can't. Because the bot blocks it.
Oh.
Now try sharing the link. Wait a minute. Say
Oh.
hi again to make. Let's see if your name turned blue. So the blue names, yeah. Now type the.
Okay.
Now share the link, and they'll see it. Only moderators and myself can share links.
Well, that explains a lot.
Because if you get a troller in and they're able to drop without being a moderator, they would have to be a moderator to flood your channel.
I
And
mean,
no
it
one,
makes perfect sense. It just never I never thought about it.
yeah, well now you know. So we have 2 types of moderators. We have a regular moderator, which is you guys, and then we have a higher up moderator. And right now, the 2 higher up moderators are Sean and Nikolai. And Sean's on there because Sean knows the back side of YouTube really well. And if I get into trouble where we can't get rid of a troll no matter what any of us do, he knows how to get rid of them. And so I'll send the I need your help, please. We've been trying for an hour because we had this one. The man or whoever it was. I don't know if it was a girl or a guy. Every 2 minutes they'd change your nick. Every time we would block that person, he would come in with another one.
Oh,
We
that's
were just
annoying.
battling them for like 30 minutes. And I texted Sean, I'm like, I can't seem to block this person. He came in, I don't know what he did, but he got rid of them. And they didn't come back in after that. And then he helped me set up trigger words too. Certain
Okay.
words can't be used, like "let me look under your blouse," because that's sexual harassment as far as I'm concerned.
1000%. Somebody said that?
That's what the trolls come in and say. They're so hard on Danny. I feel so sorry for her because she gets Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Are
they
they
come in and they say
bullying
that.
her in the chat?
Yeah, they say that exact thing. I want to see what's under your breath, underneath your shirt or your blouse. Now, when they say blouse, it makes me think it's an older person because young people don't use the word blouse.
You got to be younger, I mean, older or foreign.
One of the two, yeah, or foreign, yeah, that makes sense too because foreign people will use blouse over shirt for a woman. And to me, a blouse is a button down the front shirt.
Yeah, for women.
I don't think a pullover constitutes a blouse because this one buttons down all the way, so I would consider this a blouse. But you see me wear other shirts, those are pullovers, and I don't consider those to be a blouse.
I don't know. I guess I consider the polo. For me, I think it's for me. I think I consider it a blouse or shirt based upon what it's how fancy it is. I guess so.
Yeah,
Anything that's like, even if it's a pullover, if it's like made of like some for like what something you would wear to work, then I consider it a blouse.
Jaja says, "What is wrong with people?" Hey, when internet first started, because I come from the days of IRC, we would have people would come into a big channel like this channel was called Newbies, and the channel was to help new people navigate the internet and learn how to navigate chat so they could get help with something they were doing on the internet or to hang out and make friends. And newbies would have like 150 people sitting in that chat at any given time. And a lot of us, became friends and they had several moderators. And you'd get some goofball come in there and drop a bot in the middle of the chat and flood everybody off of it because the internet wasn't strong enough to handle a flood. They just do it because they like making people. It's funny when it's always whoever these guys are that does this trolling though. It's always, I want to see what's underneath your shirt or underneath your blouse. And I'm like, really, man?
Yeah, that's so unnecessary and just rude.
So I told my anyone that's blocking, please uh, click on that harassment thing and say it's sexual harassment because it is sexual harassment, which is supposed to be illegal. But also, Sean had a really valid point, and I think it's been working for my channel. I've asked everybody when a troll comes walking in, don't say anything to them. Let the moderators handle it. Don't make a big deal of it because you know what? They'll go away because we're not engaging with them.
With it.
Yeah, and the first couple of times, I would be really, engaging when I shouldn't have been. And then Sean was in there that one day when we were getting attacked pretty good, and he says, "Don't engage. Just act like he's not there. I'll take care of the problem." And he did. He took care of the problem, and so now I don't even bother to engage. I just act like I didn't see it. And usually, Andy of Crafty Witch, she's really good at catching them. But knock on wood, about time I say this, everybody won't show up. I don't really have them all that often anymore. But I know that Danny has a lot of issues with them since they're always coming in and attacking her. Rita says, she says, under my shirt, well, there are wires and TV tubes and more wires. Remember, I am a robot. Oh. Goodness, I am frying in this house. I want to go open the door, but the door outside is 27 degrees. And it would probably make my no, now it's 26 degrees.
Do you have heat on, or is it just that well insulated?
Both. But it would, if I open the door to let all that hot air out, the boiler would kick on, and that means it would be running, burning fuel, and then that just and I haven't turned the thermostat up on that thing yet. And Nikolai keeps asking me, have you turned it up yet? Nope. Because I don't want to turn it up because then it'll start eating fuel, you know? And making me even hotter in the house. So, hey, I got where I don't like to be hot. So up in North Carolina, will trees be in flower in March?
Uh, depends. It depends on how warm it is.
Well, I know that I saw wisteria in flower in February when I was up there for QuiltCon.
Yeah, it was pretty warm though.
Heck out of me.
It was warm for February. So if it's warm,
Because Raleigh has a botanical garden. Okay, so now I have both of these done. Since I have missing flying geese, I can't get that fourth one done until I figure out what the heck happened to them. They're probably right in front of my face, knowing me. All right, so now I'm gonna sew the other two together, and then we're gonna combine the two, and we'll have two more of these together, which means I'll have three done. All right, so let's put this aside until I find my flying geese. And let's look at this one so I can make sure I put this in the right direction, because I was having trouble with that up there.
Robin said it's 70 degrees where she is.
Oh, that's nice.
My
That's
phone is
nice
saying
spring, fall weather.
we're 62 degrees.
That's not bad. 62 is doable too.
Especially since the sun has already gone down.
Yeah, 62 is very doable. Definitely. I wouldn't complain about 62, that's for sure. Okay, now we want to make sure this is going the way it's supposed to, because this is where I ran into trouble on the first one. I had this turned wrong. This particular block with the log cabin, I had it turned wrong and had to rip it all out again. All right. So now this looks the same as that one. So we'll sew these two together. I'm gonna move these out of my way for right now. Okay, let's get these two done. Rita says, oh no, it is a bird. Oh no, run for the hills. The flying birds are taking over. Jaja says it's 50 where she's at. And then Rita says, poor Baron. I heard the microwave ding. I went to go get it and he goes the microwave ding. I said, yes, I am blind, but not deaf. Feisty girl. Nora is snoring under the desk.
She's quiet today.
That's because right when you came in, I went and fed her behind. I'm surprised she hasn't, about OUT.
Mm-hmm.
She's really confused because it's been raining for days and she hates getting in the rain to go do her business. And because I've been putting her on a tie down because she scared the tar out of me, little turd. She's like, when are you going to unrestrict me? Not anytime soon, I can tell you that. Because I took her out yesterday when it wasn't raining. And I stood out there with her, and she took off toward that person's house. So she knows there's food over there now. And I'm like, really? So I got to go chase your behind down so you don't go eat garbage and be sick for 3 days again? So she's going to spend her time on a leash for a while until she realizes I'm not going to allow that to happen. Just what I need is for my dog to be poisoned. Not by poison, but you know what I mean. Because she's used
Yeah, I
to
know what
eating
you
raw
mean.
food, not cooked food with bones in it, or whatever it was they put out there. I don't know what they were putting out there. Probably, who knows? They probably put it out there for the crows, or not crows, ravens. They probably put them out there for the ravens, because ravens will eat anything. And I've noticed that they've been hanging about. I'm like, oh. I noticed they've been hanging about a little earlier than they usually do, so they must be not finding food out in nature where they're usually hanging about at or something. Or these are young ravens hanging around town one. You know, the opportunity kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't tell if they're older ones or younger ones. But they are the creepiest birds I think I've ever seen.
Hi,
You know,
Donna.
hey, Donna, welcome, welcome. Katie, long story I'll share later. I'm sorry. I'm just getting home. Okay, I was worried about you. You can still hop aboard if you want. Even if you want to say hi and bye, you know, it's okay. We were worried about you. It's not like you not to come or send a message. So I thought something might have happened. As long as you're okay. I'm with Rita. I hope everything's okay too. All right, let's get these open and make sure that they're still looking the way they're supposed to look. Yes, that one's done right. We'll make sure this one is. Yes. I have to say one thing about having paper in here. It does make everything lay flatter. But it's going to be fun trying to rip it out. Not. I'm going to get Nikolai to help me rip it out. Where's my roller? Uh-oh. Oh, it's over here. I was like, where did it go? Ooh, there for pressing. Donna says, hi, Jess. Glad you could make it. And Jess says, yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Well, we were worried about you. Or at least I knew I was. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to, ouch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sew these segments together to make one big block. "46 in New Jersey," says Donna. It's not too bad. That's the garden spot. I don't remember which Star Trek movie it was, but Chekhov says, "It's the garden spot, Captain." You look pretty engrossed there, Chaunda.
Oh, because I'm now that so as I'm making this, I'm like, huh, if I made it smaller, this could be a pretty quick project. So could I make a few more of these?
Would you just use smaller yarn to make it smaller, or what?
No, no, I would just change the stitch count
Sounds good.
because
It's
it's an
super
easy
cute.
pattern. Basically, you're making a rectangle for the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and then after you got your rectangle down, you're just kind of going around the rectangle, adding a couple extra stitches in the corners to get your shape, and then you're just working in the round after that.
Yeah.
So I'm over here like looking at math, looking at yarn, like maybe I could make a few of these.
Yeah. I think that would be a great, maybe you might not have enough time this year to do it. Maybe it could be a project over time for next year.
Yeah.
Plan on gifting it next year. I mean, that's a thought.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would do is if I did make it smaller, then I would use smaller yarn for like the mustache.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I like the bulky yarn because it works up really quick. That's what makes it so fast.
Yeah. Less rows because it's big. There's going to be a lot of leftover fabric from this kit. And I think I'm thinking about how I want to make piece blocks to put on the back of her quilt, because I have um there's some of the 4-inch blocks where I foobarred them. So I'm going to put them on the back of the quilt. And I think between those and this, what I have is fabric, I bet I could come up with something kind of cool. I was thinking, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. It doesn't require exponentially hours to do it.
Yeah.
But it would make the quilt top unique. It's either that or I hang on to the leftover fabric and create a little mini quilt out of it myself
That's an
and
idea too.
gift it to somebody. Because I had a bunch of Tula pink fabric. I had like, I don't know, close to 60 or 70 fat quarters of Tula pink, and I gave it all to Ian. I brought it with me and gave it to him at QuiltCon because I'm not a Tula person. But I'm doing this one because I think that Abby is going to love this because she's showing that artistic tendency and gift like her Auntie Lynn has. And I think that she would really appreciate something different.
Yeah.
She'll either love it or she'll hate it. I kind of showed her some of the fabric to see what she would react to it without telling her what I planned on doing with it. And she's like, "Oh, Grandma, that looks beautiful. I love that." I'm like, So I got a good answer out of it because she likes K facet fabric too.
Okay.
So that let me know that she's definitely into color. And some of the drawings and paintings I've seen, she uses color. A lot like her Auntie Lynn did. Which comes from inside of us. Andy says hi to Jess. All right, this one's ready for pressing, so I'll set it aside for right this minute. Let's get this other one put together. Oh, have y'all noticed that I'm being a bit for getting more done on a live than usual? I think it's paper piecing is definitely the key to getting a little bit more done. I started out really slow with the smaller ones, but these 6-inch ones are definitely easier to work with. But I also like the challenge of the 4-inch ones. But soon we'll be moving up to 12-inch, and my goodness, those are going to be some big blocks.
Yeah.
And someone told me to watch out for the snail trail one or whatever it's called. Be mindful of how it tells you to set the paper because it's easy to get confused and get it turned around. I'm like, great. Like, just what I need is for me to foobar that. Because I've never done the snail trail, so it'll be interesting. The channel is quiet all of a sudden. They're not talking. Either they're eating or they're watching something or they're working on something. Robin says, I have been lazy all day. You feeling all right though, Robin? And then Rita says, air holes make it so much easier. Ha ha. Well, yeah. So tearing the paper might be easier since there's holes, 2 sets holes in it now. Still cutting some fabric, says Jaja. Snail trail is super easy, says Carissa. Okay. Because there's 4 of those on this pattern. 12-inch ones. Oof, better watch my finger with these straight pins.
I think because this whole thing is single crochet, so it's just so monotonous.
Yeah. But it's one of those that you don't have to think as long as you keep up with the. Huh? Quirt. Did I say quirt? Who said quirt? I don't think I said quirt. Unless I don't understand that comment. Robin says, yes, I'm fine, just lazy. Lazy's fine. I just want to make sure you're feeling all right. I am feeling all right. So I was talking to Nikolai before he left, and I said, have you ever heard that song called Yummy Yummy, I Got Love in My Tummy? He's like, no. So I went on YouTube to find it, and he's standing there with his, he's like, that was really a song? I said, yeah. And
Yeah.
and he had the text so you could follow the text. It's interesting, the lyrics. The craziest song that I ever heard was the one about they're coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee, ho ho. That song. And so when the kids were in their teenagers, I said, I have a song for y'all to listen to. And they listened to the whole thing and they're like, wow, mom, that's interesting. So then they started sharing it with their friends. Well, you knew it, they were all playing that dumb song because it's funny listening to it. The group that did that song, they were brilliant. The men in white coats are coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee, ho ho, to the funny farm.
I haven't heard that song in forever.
I know. And then I was in somebody's live the other day and they were playing old music that my parents listened to. And the song was the Battle of New Orleans song. Have you ever heard that song? And I'm like,
Um,
oh my God, that brought back memories of my
I
parents
don't
listening
know.
to that all the time.
If I've heard it, I don't know it by name.
Um, I'd have to go look up the lyrics because I kind of forgot most of the lyrics.
Yeah, I'd have to hear the melody.
Yeah. But it was one of those songs that came out around the same time as the North to Alaska song did. North to Alaska, we're going north. The Rush is on song.
Definitely never heard that.
You've never heard that one? Really? Wow. My parents were country western listeners.
Yeah, we're black, so it's pretty much R&B,
I love R and
soul
B.
music and stuff like that.
Yep. I used some people in the channels heard me talk about this. I don't know if you did or not. Um, I couldn't stomach listening to the country music they listen to. And then the first time I had watched a Muppet show, and I think it was when I was working at the middle school in my junior year of high school. And it was in my junior year. Yeah, it had to have been my junior year because it was the first year I was working, going to school half a day and then going to work at another school. And they were watching, it was a special education wing, and also in the library sometimes. And I think this was in the library. They were showing the Muppet Show and it had Elton John on it. And it was Crocodile Rock. And I'm standing there like, oh my God.
Now, I'm a fan of Elton.
Oh,
I love me some Elton John.
fell in love with him. And so I had my own car, had a little job. So I would sneak off to the record store. And every time I'd hear another song, I'd go up there and buy a 45 record. And then I'd sneak it home and hide it in the closet where my dad couldn't find it. And then my sister started doing the same thing. So we had oodles of rock and roll music, which according to them was Satan music. And whenever they would be gone we knew they were going to be gone 4 or 5 hours, we would break out our 45 records and use their turntable and be diddy bopping all over the house and singing. First I discovered Elton John, and then it was like Styx, and then it was Foreigner. Oh, those were the days.
I probably listen to more country now than I ever have. I never liked country music very much. There were a couple songs that I liked, but as a genre, I wasn't a fan. But Adrian actually likes a lot of country music, like a lot. And so I ended up listening to it because of him. And so some of the songs I'd be like, okay, I like that one. Okay, that was not too bad. I like that one. But you know, he was born and raised in Georgia, so you know, he
Yep.
listened to some country, and I was born and raised in New York, so we did not.
Yeah, no country up there. Okay, here's block. No, here is the next block. There's that one. And this is number 2. And this one's number 3. And so now I got to figure out where the missing 2 flying geese are at. Either I didn't, I could have sworn I made them, which means they're probably sitting up underneath something. Darn it. I would have liked to finish this one. Okay. So, as you can see, I have 3 of these done. I just need to find my flying geese to finish the 4th one. So we are making progress with this.
It's so flat. Like that is a nice flat block.
It is. I'm just thinking it's going to be lots of fun trying to get that paper off right there. Let me see here. Rita says, so no acid rock or goth music? Well, I like Evanescence. Does that count? I could listen to her all day long.
She's got some pipes.
Yes, she does. And when she sings with Cedar, ooh, them two do good together. But I'm not a heavy metal fan, although I do like some Metallica and the harder rocks like Led Zeppelin. I didn't like Led Zeppelin when I was young, and I think it's because there was just too much screaming, and I was in a household full of that, and so I think that's why. But now as an older adult, I actually like some of Led Zeppelin's music, and I've come to like Guns N' Roses a lot, and Scorpions. Oh my God, I love Scorpions. Andy says Amy Lee is opera trained. And Andy says, I love type O negative. I'm O negative. Oh, is type O negative a band?
Probably a band.
Rita says, thus I do not sew on papers. I don't mind sewing on paper. I just think that normally I will have already pulled off this right here, but I wanted to I'm going to leave it like this because I should learn how to do this without being afraid of it. So, all right. We've been 3 hours live now. Let's talk about the poll. Okay, so we've had 38 votes. If you haven't voted, you need to go vote. Hurry up. The question is, let's see who's been paying attention. What is the English version of the Greenlandic word Quayanok? Option 1 was have a nice day. Option 2 was sleep well. Option 3 is thank you. And option 4 is I love you. Yeah, I love Guns N' Roses. I could listen to him play that guitar all day long and be content. He really can play that guitar. All right, so the answer is, drum roll, thank you. Quayanok means thank you. So 39% of you got the answer right. So I've shared the word Sinisoret, which you've seen me share in many channels, which means sleep well or have a good night. Hi, Gladys. You've also heard me say I love you, which is Asabucket. I'm going to start adding more words, you guys. Decos means see you later or see ya. And decos, you hear the D in the sound, but let me spell it in the chat. It looks like this, but it's actually decos. K-U-S-S. That's decos.
Hey, Gladys.
And Asabucket is this word, or I love you. And this means I miss you, which is Maka Asabucket. Uh-oh, better make sure I spell that right. Sila Nuan or Nuan, whichever, means the weather is good. What else though? So I'm gonna start putting random words. I finally found my book. So we were talking about sounds and why and so this I actually have this as a book too. I just can't seem it's around here somewhere. It's like it's a small book. It's a book called Greenlandic for Travelers. And I thought we've been talking about phonetic sounds, about, relating to Greenlandic words. And there's actually a section in here that talks about phonetic words or letters. Like the Q is a guttural at the back of the throat. To start the sound, close the throat as far back as possible with the very back of the tongue at the uvula. Now, how many of us know how to do that?
Do what? You said do what?
It says the Q is a glottal at the back of the throat. To start the sound, close the throat as far back as possible with the very back of the tongue at the uvula. The position is much like the beginning of gargle, just as one might create air pressure to hold gargle liquid from running down one's throat before gargling. Press and hold and then release the air to produce the sound. So remember how when I say kukordak, when Nikolai says it, you can hear that guttural sound he makes in the back of his throat. I don't
Yiddish.
Know. Huh?
Like Yiddish.
I don't know if it's like Yiddish or not. All I know is this is
that phlegmy thing that they have in Yiddish.
The LL, which I tell y'all teases me. Well, let me put one in. Here's a perfect example. This means ILLILLU. This means thank you. So you have to put the tongue at the top of your mouth behind your front teeth. And when you say that, you're going to send air out the sides of your cheek. So it's supposed to be like isusu, but you push the air out the side. I hear a sh sound, but they say it's not an S sound. So what the book says is the sound indicated by LL or RL has no equivalent in English, but can be produced by holding one's tongue in the same position that is used at the end of saying the letter I. The tongue touches and rests just behind and above the upper front teeth, all the while retaining the position. Breathe out without using your vocal cords to produce a sound. It is the rush of air on the way out between the sides of the tongue and cheek that produces the correct sound. Remember, the tip of the tongue is pressed firmly against the skin just above and behind the front teeth, thus blocks the air from producing a sh sound. See? The GG sound is not vocalized and is equivalent to the German ich, the ICH. The RR is not vocalized and is equivalent to the German knock or the Irish lock. The G is roughly equivalent to H as found in heat but not voiced. The R is roughly equivalent to the Danish R, which I don't know the sound of the Danish R actually. Then you got short vowel sounds like I, as in keep and leap. So when there's an I in there, it's not I like you and I are used to, or it, like it or like. It's got that E sound. E, as in bet, appears before R and Q. U, as in duel. O, as in boat. It appears before R and Q. A, as in mall, fall, appears before R and Q. Or as in rat, or as in the E in the in except appears for P, T, K, and N. Then it says long vowel sounds. All vowels which are to be drawn out, held, or written as double vowels will be I, E. It'll be I, A, E, O, and U, which you've seen that like with Nuke. The capital of Greenland, Nuke, is like this. So when people say Nook, that's wrong. It's Nuke because it has two of those vowels in there and you draw the sound out. So short consonants. B, as in but, is used in foreign expressions. C, as in cease, also cut, is also used in foreign expressions. The D, as in deep, is used in foreign expressions. F, as in fat. G, G is always soft. A voiced H as formed in heat. That's where I struggle with the G sound, like in this word. No, A, wait, A, oh yeah, let's do I'm good. See that G in there in those two spots? You're not supposed to make a hard G sound with that. It's supposed to sound like an H. And it goes on to talk about all the other consonants. Like there's the T is a D sound. The B is a P sound. No, the P is a B sound. I'm sorry, because this is a store we have in town. It looks like you would say Pacific, but it's Pacific. I'm trying to think where I downloaded all this from. Maybe I found this on a website, but it's got all kinds of, it has all the Greenlandic words, like numbers, some simple conversation. Like I've been teaching y'all Sinisaret, which means sleep well. That's in here. I'm fine as Ayungalanga, which I just put in the chat. It covers simple words like I, me, you, all these different things, just like you would in an English book. Daily activities, Greenland and its local areas, directions, whole numbers, telling time, months of the year. So it goes through quite a bit, and they sell it as a little red book, and you can even buy it in Denmark. Are y'all bored now? So let's see who can guess the answer to this. This word is Nanook. What animal is that? Anyone want to guess?
A dog?
Mm-mm. It's a wild animal, an apex predator.
A wolf?
Nope. Anyone? Don't go look it up, by the way. Nanook is a polar bear.
Nanook is the only Nanook I know is the name of the dog in the Lost Boys, which is why I said dog.
Yeah, the Nanook is a polar bear, and the sheep is Saba, lamb is Sabarak, reindeer is Dudu. Dutu, sorry. No, it says Dudu. Yeah, so it's Dudu for reindeer. And then some of these are really long that I don't even know how to pronounce them. Seals are buises. So that it starts with a P. It's P. Here, I'll spell it. Seal is this. P-U-I-S-I. But you don't say puisi. It's buisi because it's a B sound. And then, of course, whales have their own Greenlandic names. And actually, on the seal department, they've got Greenlandic word for the ring seal, the hooded seal, the spotted seal, the harp seal, the full-grown harp seal, and bearded seal. And then they have Greenlandic words for the Greenland whale, the lesser piped whale, which I've never seen one of those, humpback whale, fin whale, killer whale, porpoise, narwhal, the common dolphin. Yeah, and it goes into hunting words, equipment words. I mean, there's all kinds of things in here. Dog sledding, sledging. See, they call it sledging here. There's a D in here. You know, in the United States, we say dog sledding. Here, a sled dog is actually sledge dog.
I had no idea.
It says there are dog sledges in North Greenland and as far south as Sissimut, as well as the East Greenland. To avoid diluting the purity of the race, it is forbidden to raise Greenlandic sledge dogs in South Greenland. The Greenlandic sledge dog is originally from Siberia. They are trained to remain outdoors and to serve their masters. Take no chance. These dogs can be friendly, but they can also be dangerous. Approach a sledge dog only if its master is present. The local tourist office in areas where sledging is offered arrange tours with the best drivers. The prices are fixed and are seldom negotiable. The driver often speaks only Greenlandic, so the following list will help. And it gives you a list of words that the guide would use. It's not Polish. It's indigenous, just like the Native Americans are. In fact, the language that the Inuit population that's in Alaska and Canada and Russia, the dialect is similar to each other, and they can actually communicate with each other with just a slight dialect difference. Is an ethnic person and one goes on, huh? Oh, Polish and Polish. Got you. I get that now. Now I understand what you're saying, Robin. Yeah, some words are very weird. How you can use the word looks the same, spelled the same, but has two different definitions. Yeah, a lot of words are like that. Anyway, those of you who voted that got the right answer, congratulations. All right. Sunday. Peace of Mind Mending Pieces will be at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Myra will be back. So those of you who have been attending that, we'll see you then. And like I said earlier, what we're going to talk about. Also, we're going to ask a couple questions of you, the viewer. Don't forget to start sending your pictures in, either, you know, for the trunk show that's going to be on the 29th. You can either email them, and if you email them, please tell me about the pieces you're sending. If you're going to put it on the Facebook group, make sure you also say what it's about. Facebook. And if your pictures get held by the bot, please don't delete them. I will approve them, and I'll go look at the group after the live to see if anyone's posted something. Because and then I'll fix whoever puts it on there that gets held. I'll take off the safety features for your name. If we get off work early tomorrow, I'll be there. Okay, Jaja. We'll probably run it about 2.5 hours. Probably it's usually what we've been doing. We got a couple good topics to talk about, but we're also going to be asking you guys some questions, and hopefully some of you will want to share stuff with us. I hope. And then I have a interview. I'm interviewing Jaja on Wednesday, but I'm also doing my, I didn't have my live on Friday because I didn't feel well. So I'm going to do that makeup live on the 24th so that we can get that tulip twist block done. Let me show you what it looks like in case you've forgotten what it looks like. Let's see, it's on page 309. This is the block. And this is the makeup of the block. So we'll be doing that on Monday. Also, then on Friday, we'll be doing another block, which will be the snowshoe, which is on page 361. And that'll be on Friday. That's wrong. It's not on page 361. I wrote down the wrong page, but I can still find it the other way. 581. Yep, here we go. This will be Friday's block. And this is the makeup of the block.
Okay.
And you notice they didn't put in here. I don't know if this is piecing in the middle there. It looks like piecing to me.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's piecing or fussy cut.
Or they fussy cut something, one of the two. So I'm thinking about, it looks to me like piecing, but could be wrong. But they definitely hadn't put it in here. So I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe I'll improvise for that part. Are you going to be here tomorrow? Yes. Starting at 4:30 p.m., Robin. And then Thursday, I will be quilting because that's Thanksgiving Day. So since it's Thanksgiving and I know that most people will probably be doing things with their family, so you guys will have the you guys can like drift in and out. The live will probably run a long time because I'm going to be straight stitching this. I haven't decided how yet. But I'll be building the sandwich probably on the day I don't have a live, which is I think is Tuesday. So this is the back of the quilt. And this is my Christmas quilt that should have been finished a long time ago. But I'm going to try to clear off everything I can off of here except the laptop so that I have space here. This is the back. And then this is the front. And this is a fat quarter shop pattern. I need to go look it up so I can get the link for you guys. And I've made a smaller one and I'll make sure to show that to you on my next live. But this is the front. And I need to go through my stash and see if I can find something I want to use as a binding for it. But binding's not going to happen.
Border.
Yeah, I'd like the border. I just used the same fabric that I used in the blocks. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do on Thursday. Friday's 1,000 block, and then Saturday, I think I'm going to do more Tula Pink probably. Okay. Chaunda, you want to tell them one more time about you, and you want to show them how far along you've gotten on your project?
Yeah, so this is where I'm at in my project.
You've gotten quite a bit of ways. Wow.
So, it's the pattern. So I am here right now for his face.
It's so cute.
So my channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts, and I'm actually not posting at the moment because I've been a bit in a funk and I haven't been able to like get myself to turn the camera on. So I'm glad I came to this live because I needed to. That'll kind of give me the push that I need to make a video, which I have not done. But normally I'm showing things that I am working on or things that I've seen, things that I've purchased, things like that. Just really casual, really laid back, and I'm just sharing what I'm working on, basically. It's real laid back.
So if you guys are not subscribed to Chaunda's channel, y'all need to like giddy bop on over there and hit that little mark and watch some of her videos and comment and let her know you've been there. Thank you, Chaunda, for coming today.
Of course.
Me and Chaunda will be sewing some more before the end of the year. Where's my little trusty calendar? Because we set up some dates for December too. We're going to sew together. So here's what this is just a brief glimpse of December. December, I will be sewing with Andy on the 5th, sewing with Chaunda on the 6th. Jess is on the 13th. Chaunda's on the 19th. And then I have Sean on the 7th. We'll be working on our Stitch It challenge. And then the 9th of December will be me, Andy, Chaunda, and Amanda for crocheting. So we have some things scheduled ahead of time. Yeah, so it'll be fun. I will also be working on I've been working on more blocks for Katie's. I need to turn that off. Oops. I've been working on more of the 4-patch blocks for Katie's Creative Chaos because I needed more blocks. So I've been doing that too. And I've made some hourglasses. Well, I've done the half square triangles. They're just not in hourglass format yet. So that's what I've been doing off the camera. All right. I think we should call it quits. What do you think, Chaunda?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so everyone remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. And what do? You make something beautiful. And have a great night. And I'll see y'all on the next live, which is tomorrow.
Bye.
Okay, we are off there.